This was the last game of match week 7 in the Serie A, and a win away here at the Stadio Franchi would mean that Milan would jump from 6th place to 2nd place, equaling Inter on points. And I will say this to start, the arbitration for this game by the referee was absolutely terrible. It felt like every single tackle, every single little challenge for Milan was a foul, and that wasn't even the worst part. The penalty awarded to Fiorentina was never a penalty. The contact isn't even there, and it's the slightest of contact if possible, and it's the softest penalty I've ever seen given, and even the commentators on Paramount Plus were saying the exact same thing. However, Mike Maignan comes up big and saves the penalty for the first time in a very long time, I believe, since the Champions League game versus Napoli in April of 2023. So it's been a long time since Maignan saved a penalty, but he came up big in this one. And of course, in the first match that Yacine Adli plays against AC Milan, he scores. And with some poor defensive communication, he's given the license to go forward and releases a rocket of a shot into the goal. And I feel like a lot of us fans were kind of happy in a weird way because, for one, I mean, he didn't celebrate against us, which is good. But for two, us fans felt like he was kind of hard done by the management, kind of not really given a chance this season, which you kind of look at our situation in the midfield with that Benacer injury. Adli could have been in this midfield rotation. Regardless, kind of the whole talk of the town is how silly this management looks with Adli scoring against us, being not dubbed good enough. But in reality, we would always kind of come onto socials and Milan Twitter and criticize Yacine Adli's defensive capabilities. So in a way, I'm not hard done that he's left, but he could have been a decent squad player at that. And before the end of the half, Milan would create a chance that would lead to a penalty with a nice little pass slipped in through Pulisic to Reinders and would actually get a penalty for us. And Pulisic, who is our penalty taker, has never missed a penalty out of 10 times he's taken the ones. So Teo goes ahead and grabs the ball and wanted a little birthday present, I guess, to score a penalty, and it would be saved by the Manchester United reject, David De Gea. And Fonseca, after the game, said that Pulisic is our penalty taker. I don't know why he didn't take it, which all of us can agree with Fonseca on this one. And with that being the last action of the half, we would go into the second half looking a lot more threatening. And with that, we're actually awarded another penalty, similar to the one given to Fiorentina, but there's actually clear-cut contact on Gabbia from Moise Kean. And once again, we don't see Pulisic come up and take this penalty. There was a clip kind of circulating around Twitter of Tomori like grabbing the ball out of the air and giving it straight to Tammy. When Pulisic is there kind of asking for the ball, Tammy kind of just pushes him off and shoos him away. But Tammy at this point gets the ball, and I'm fuming because we're just giving away penalties to other players like it's Halloween candy when Pulisic is our taker. Tammy goes ahead and misses the chance for an opportunity for Milan to tie the game. Milan go on and do well to start creating chances, and you see Fiorentina start to collapse a little bit, and a great cross from Teo Hernandez into the back post, and it's the in-form Christian Pulisic to save us and fires a great shot past David De Gea into the side net. And after that, Milan were playing a lot more fluid and fast, and we get a great opportunity from Pulisic, who plays the ball into the middle of the box, and it's Tammy Abraham who just misses the chance, clear cut, to grab the lead at that point. And once again, it's us failing to convert chances. And I want to give a big shout out to the guys who tuned into the live watch along versus Bayer Leverkusen. And much like that game, it was much of this same thing. Failed to kind of convert chances, and we're just unlucky at that point. But a huge talking point of this match, I feel like, was Leao getting subbed out at the 73rd minute. And this is going to be one of the rare times that I criticize a guy like Leao, because I know what he can bring, and I know that he can be this, sensational player, and he's never really a goal scorer. He's just a supportive winger. And I was kind of shocked that Fonseca actually pulled him out that early. And with Pulisic kind of making noise on that right-hand side, Leao was quiet. Maybe kind of keep him in for a little bit longer. I'm not really sure how I feel about the whole situation. Let me know what you guys say in the comment section below. Leao really only created one solid chance, and it was one of those through balls to Pulisic that was really the only thing that he did during that game. And Fonseca maybe did the right thing by taking him out, but he thought that Okafor can maybe at least offer a little bit more than Rafa. But I do agree with kind of taking Rafa off to kind of send a message that, you need to do a little bit more and be a little bit more involved. And not long after Rafa gets subbed out, Fiorentina score, and Tomori with a mistimed header misses the ball completely, and it goes straight into the path of Moise Kean, who lays it off to Goodmanson to give Fiorentina the lead and eventually the winner. And after that, I was just so deflated after that goal because of the missed penalties tonight, the chances that were wasted, and just poor on-field decisions mean that we suffered a hard loss tonight. On top of that, the terrible refereeing for this match as well. So let's just go to tops and flops. Top, I'm going to say Christian Pulisic. Hands down, one of the only players just creating and being dangerous other than Reinders, but Pulisic was just a little bit more active in that sense and gets rewarded with a goal, and that's his 4th goal in 4 consecutive games. So big up Pulisic, he's having a great season. And flop has to be Leao. Gets subbed out and really just did not add anything to this game. And really let me down, to be honest. And because I give Rafa the benefit of the doubt a lot of the time because he is at times one of the best players in this squad. But this time it was just a little bit depressing. And like I mentioned earlier, a win here would have jumped Milan into 2nd place, but now we're in 6th. And especially with Juventus dropping points versus Cagliari, this result was unacceptable here, not to win. And especially how the game went. And we now sit in 6th place. And the situation seems that all the hard work that went into beating Inter in that derby, that momentum is gone. And we're starting from ground zero now. With the international break, I'm hoping that this will kind of help us recuperate and start fresh. But we come back to Serie A match day 8 with a tough game versus 5th place Udinese. So, which is hard to call because with that game kind of being in 2 weeks, who knows what the injuries are going to be with how this is playing out. And we need a big reaction here if we want to stay competitive in Serie A. Much like last year in October, it was a tough month. And it started with the loss versus Juventus, if you guys remember that whole, Thiago sending off and everything like that. I'm hoping that it doesn't kind of follow in a certain trend. So a win here, nothing less versus Udinese, a win here is crucial to kind of get our season back underway. And this team still has growing pains. And the most important thing is to stop the bleeding out the back because we can't keep conceding 2 goals a game and expect to come back and win the match. Pavlovic, your time is now, my friend. I think that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Get involved. What do you think about Leao getting subbed out? What do you guys think about these penalty misses? And what do you guys kind of think Milan needs to do going forward to kind of get the season back underway? I want to know what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Make sure you guys check out all of our socials linked down in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao ragazzi.